Okay, today we are going to show you guys how to pack a Denver hose load. This will replace our old apartment packs moving forward. We will have two 50-foot sections and a 100-foot section on 26, and the same thing will be on 29. Firefighter Heinz and I are going to show you how to go ahead and load or pack this Denver hose load. So the first thing you're going to do is you're going to get the female coupling. It's going to be right here in front of us. And you'll notice on this hose, there's a black mark 32 inches from the end. All that's showing us is where we're going to make our first bend in the hose. So go ahead, Firefighter Heinz. There's that first bend right there. And it's a simple accordion pack. First bend is right at the base of the female coupling. We're just going to accordion it around. Again, next bend right there. Giving it back to Firefighter Heinz. Now on this side, we're going to make the bend just a little bit longer, and we're going to alternate all the way through packing this hose. So again, short, long. One thing to notice here on the hose, about halfway through it on this hose, that would be 25 feet because this is a 50-foot section. There's another line showing you where the halfway point is on your hose. So when we are out using it, you'll know exactly where you are on your fire attack line.
All right, so we're at a point now where we just have to clean this load up and make it best for us to be able to carry on the fire scene. So once the load is all packed like this, the first thing you're going to do is split the load right in the middle. So you see you get this nice cleaned up section right here. The important thing is to make sure you don't want this female end left like this, leaving this just random kind of flappy tail in the middle. So you want to split it, make it nice and clean, and then you're going to bring the tail around to the other side. And the point of this is to protect the male threads of the coupling. We're going to connect the female male together. Lieutenant Harris is going to do just a couple of screws, just enough so it's connected, but he doesn't have to cinch it tight. This way, when we get on a fire scene, we can quickly disconnect it. So once you make that connection, you have a little bit more cleaning up to do. So we just feed it back around. We keep it all nice and tight. This just gets fed back on itself. And you get left with this long tail, okay? All we're gonna do with that tail is we're gonna bury it back in one of the bites on this side. And the goal is to keep it tight and easy to carry. So however you accomplish that, in my opinion, it's just run it through, nice and tight, just like that. Okay? At that point, we're gonna apply the straps, keeping the load as tight and compact as possible, and we'll be done. So the last step to the load is applying the straps. So each load, the straps get applied the same way. You get 2 straps on the male side and 1 strap on the female side. The important thing with the straps is your 2 straps that are low, you want them to be as low to the load as possible, but making sure that you're catching all the bites, okay? You have your partner help keep the load nice and tight. Cinch the strap down. The lower you are with the straps, it just helps to keep the whole load tighter. If you have it up high, it kind of starts to fall apart. So low towards the bottom, and this one you want up as high, as close to the bend as you can get it.
You want to squeeze?
Yeah, sure. Perfect. That's it. All right, so what we just did is we just completed packing the attack section of this apartment pack. The attack section is going to be a 50-foot section that's going to have the 15/16 smoothbore nozzle pre-connected to the hose. So once the pack is built, you do the same thing. You split the load, you create that nice clean V in the middle. You run your hose back to the other side. The only difference is we're not going to be connecting the male coupling with the female coupling because the nozzle is already attached. The important thing here is making sure that you have the bail even with the bites right here. You don't want the nozzle hanging past the bites and flapping, hitting guys in the ankles when they're carrying the hose load up steps. So you want to make it even here, and then we're going to clean up the load, right? So Lieutenant Harris is going to pull that extra hose to the other side. We're going to keep it all nice and tight, so that's all going to get fed through. Kind of creating the same tail, no, that was right, the same tail that we had with the other hose, but it's just a little bit longer. So now we're going to bury this into the bite, so we'll split, and we're going to run this back through with the whole goal of just, once again, making this nice and tight. So you get left with basically the same load, and then we're going to apply our 3 straps. 2 straps on the male side. And the important thing is making sure that you have the nozzle in this connection. That'll keep that nice and tight. So we do a low strap on the male side, a high strap on the male side, and then a low strap on the female side. Finished product.
Okay, now that we have all 3 of our sections packed in that Denver hose load, what you'll end up with both vehicles, both on engine 26, 2811, and 2821, ladder 29, we'll have all 3 of these sections. One section will be a 50-foot attack section with the smooth bore nozzle, another 50-foot supply section, and then finally a 100-foot of supply section, which will give us 200 feet if needed. The nice thing about this pack, number 1, is that it can definitely be hands-free. Because of the way we packed it, we can have a firefighter turn around and we can literally load it right on top of his MSA harness and bottle, and now he's hands-free climbing up a ladder, walking it up into a hotel, like a high-rise over in Independence, which is where we generally go. So that's what it should look like. Now, if you have more firefighters, obviously you can add another 50-foot section or a 100-foot section. Okay? That was the goal of this apartment pack, the Denver load. If we have any issues or problems, just let us know. We'll change it. But for right now, that's how we're gonna roll with our apartment packs.